friends, it's Hiedi Scott with DiyDreaming, and I have a really fun Christmas ornament to do with you guys that involves one of these little 4-inch embroidery hoops that you can find at any craft store. This particular one came from Walmart. And these, have you seen these before? These are those little ornaments that snap together. And this is what it looks like. It involves that. I'm going to use some of this tinsel on one of them. They involve canvas duck, and I'm going to use this for one and this for another. And then they involve some stencils. On one of them we may use some of this little snow that is so annoying it gets everywhere. But anyways, it should be really fun. So as you're hopping on, say hello, let me know where you're watching from. Feel free to sprinkle all that normal good stuff. Okay, so we're going to be using some Christmas mini stencils. And I have Christmas minis all the way going back to 2020. These are great. So we're going to be using the Christmas minis that Magnolia has this year. They're called Christmas Minis A. And I think I may have used one from last year. Which those are not available anymore. All right, let's do this blue. This is going to be in blue on white canvas first. And this is where we're going. We are going to make a reverse embroidery hoop canvas. You know how we sometimes do that reverse canvas technique with stretched canvases? We're kind of doing the same thing with this. All right, so I'm going to just find a good spot. And let's make this a little smaller so we're not dealing with so much. Okay, and for this one I'm going to use this adorable little stencil that says "Let It Snow." I'm going to just put that right in the center. Then I'll put a piece of parchment paper underneath. Although I think this is woven pretty tight, I don't think it's going to go through. And we're going to use blue ink. But for this project, I don't want to confuse you, but here's the thing. For this kind of a project, if you have chalk paste, you can use chalk paste. If you have ink, use ink. Don't use paint of any sort on your stencils. But okay, so this is white canvas duck. And I'm just going to get a little bit of blue ink here. And I'm going to quick push it through the holes on my stencil. Oops, did I go outside of the edge? I hope not. Pull off the big globs. And it didn't go through. Take the stencil off. That's what it looks like. Let me throw this stencil in my little tub of water over here to soak until I can get out to the kitchen to do it. Let me get another squeegee, oops, and clean off my hands. And we're going to do the other one, and we're going to use glitter. I think I forgot to mention that. We're going to use some of my favorite glitter, which is called Sue Lin Extra Fine Glitter. It's, this is what it looks like. I like this color, sterling, and it's extra fine. So that means it's, you know, really small pieces. Okay. Alrighty, okay. So I'm going to set this aside. And for this next one, we're going to use a piece of this oatmeal colored canvas duck. And I am going to use this stencil right here that says Light of the World. This is going to be for my own personal Christmas tree. Well, for our Christmas tree, not just mine, my whole family's. Okay, I need a squeegee. And we're going to go start to finish with this whole project, so stay with me. I was hoping, really hoping that these would work with an embroidery hoop. I had no idea if they would or not. And they do. And I think that you probably could make it work with another size. These, by the way, these came from Craft Warehouse in Meridian, Idaho. But I know other stores sell them. I just have never bought them before this year. And okay, so I'm using this ink that's called Sparkling Black, or Glittering Black. It works great with this glitter. Okay, I'm just pulling the gloves off. All right, let me throw this over here. That's what that looks like. Look how pretty that is. Okay, this is going in my tub of water. And now we're going to have some fun. So I see lots of people hopping on. Tell me in the comments if you have started your Christmas decorating yet. We have, obviously. Okay, so while this is still wet, I'm going to just sprinkle a little bit of this Sulin extra fine glitter over the top. And you can do this however heavy you want or not. Okay, and then I'm just going to tap it off. And when it's fully dry, I'll use a paper towel to wipe everything off. Isn't that pretty? Okay, let's set this over here. And this is the trick to get your glitter to go back so you don't have to waste any. I'll usually do it over a paper plate, just fold it and tap it, and it'll go right back into my little container. This glitter, I have only seen this brand at Walmart, but it might be available other places. It is pretty, thank you. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do, I did this one before we came live. All right, and I'm gonna use a paper towel to brush off any excess. It's fully dry. And I have one of these little embroidery hoops. Let's take the label off of it. All right, if you've never worked with these, they have this little screw at the top. And this is what tightens or releases the outer hoop. So I'm not going to completely undo it. I'm just loosening it so it'll be easy to get the two pieces apart. And when you're doing a normal, I'll show you a normal embroidery hoop project. You put your piece of fabric over the top of the inside hoop, and then you put your outside piece over the top, and it looks like this. And you could do the project that way. It would look basically like this. Let me see if I can get it up here and take my fingers off. But we're going to do the other side. I think it's more interesting the other way. So, for this one, the embroidery hoop is going to go on the top, the inside one. And then you're going to push it through the larger hoop. The only difficulty with this way is figuring out if you have it straight, and I did. So see, this is just like a reverse canvas where you take the canvas off of the stretchers and then you trim it and you re-put it on, and then it's like it's underneath the frame and the stretchers become the frame. So now I want to see if I can scooch it down just a little bit. All right, so once you have it on here, then I am going to use this little mechanism at the top and tighten it up as tight as I can possibly get it. And then we're going to trim all of this excess off. But we don't have to be super duper careful about it because most of it will get covered up. I would, if I was doing it the traditional way, I would either cut it off or I would fold it under and glue it to the inside of the hoop. And I have a little trick for this fabric that is going to be sort of loose in between the two pieces. See, I'm just trimming the excess off. What do you guys think so far? If you have a theme for your Christmas decorating, then you could do all of them. You could do a whole bunch of these and I'll do them in the same color, or I don't know, same style. My theme this year is this, for the main tree, is the same as last year. It's lots of cream, with lots of natural wood and some silver. So this is totally perfect. But I do need to clean a little bit of this off. And it's not hard. So I can stop right here and put some kind of trim or ribbon around the outside of this to cover up the edge, and that would be good. But we're going to make this sort of like a snow globe, which that might be what this kind of ornament is called. Mine is not completely centered, but for the sake of showing you, I'm not taking it apart. Okay, so then I am going to take this little lump of fabric that's going to be right there in between the two sides of the outer hoop, and I'm going to pop in a little bit of glue and just kind of push it down. So see, I'm going to stick my gluing device in here and put a little bit of glue, and then I'm just going to use my scissors. To push that inside section down, and then we're going to trim it. Okay, so then the next step, let me tell you, let's do this one with a little bit of snow even though I probably wouldn't combine snow with this one, but I would combine the snow with this, because this says let it snow and it's in blue. I will definitely when I finish that one off. But let's use a little bit of snow. You could use this sparkly stuff. Faux snow. Or you could use these little tiny pieces of, they're like styrofoam or something. Let's just grab a little bit of that. Oh gosh, and these are so annoying because they just want to get everywhere. Oops. And if you have any static electricity at all, they stick to you. Okay, so that doesn't look very nice just yet. And, okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little ornament top, or half of one, and we're going to glue it to the inside embroidery hoop. Okay, I fiddled around with doing this two ways. I tried first to put the glue on the embroidery hoop and then put the top on. That did not work very well. This one little piece off right here. So I think the better thing to do is to put glue around most of the edges of your clear half of your ornament, and then just set it down. And it's not going to take very much glue at all. I do want to get the glue strings out of the inside. So those would bother me. Okay, and while it's still relatively warm or hot, let's pop it down on the inside hoop. And hope that that is going to work. I think it is. And see, look, this is what the snow does. So you could fill that as full or not as you wanted. And the only thing is sometimes it will stick to your glue. So that is, probably I'll be able to tap that off when I get a little bit further along. Okay, and then this is just some sparkly silver garland that I picked up within the last week or so at Target. And I did not save the container that it was in, but I think it was from the $3 and $5 and $1 section at the front of the store. Okay, I'm going to start my gluing at the very bottom. And this is, okay, look at the mess. See, it's not great. But we're going to cover that all up. And then when you look into it, I mean, it's pretty cool. I don't know if other crafters are doing this or if this was, I thought of this idea because I was thinking about doing a reverse canvas. And then I was like, ooh, I have these embroidery hoops. I was talking to a friend about that. And I was like, ooh, I'm going to try to see if I can put my fabric on the opposite side of the embroidery hoop, and voila. So let's call this reverse canvas snow globe ornaments or something. And you could clip this little spot right here off if you wanted, but it's going to be covered up by this tinsel. You could also use some lace or other kind of ribbon or trim to cover this up too. I just chose this tinsel because I was using the silver look with the glitter. Okay, so see, we're gonna then just go to here. This is very forgiving. Okay, and you know what I'm thinking right now? This would be perfect with the silver pipe cleaner. So let me find one. We got to figure out some way to hang it. On this one, I just used a little piece of jute that I did a loop through that mechanism on the embroidery hoop. Look how neat the back of that looks. What do you guys think? For this one, I'm going to try using a piece of silver pipe cleaner, or now, when I was a little girl, these were called pipe cleaners. I don't know why, but now they call them chenille stems. I think that's funny. Okay, so I just put it through there. Actually, let's do it the same way as the other one. I'm going to fold it in half and poke it through one side, and then pull the tails up through this. And then I'll twist the ends to whatever tightness we decide that we want. And dun, 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 here is our ornament. I'll clip the ends of these off. So when I do this one and when I do this one I will really vigorously shake the excess glitter. Can you see it? It's everywhere. Off of it, and I'll use paper towel. And then the letters and everything will look really crisp. This stencil is part of the Christmas Minis 2023A. And then what I used was this glistening black. It's like metallic black ink. But you could also use, if you have this, the metallic chalk paste in the same color. Because this is never going to get washed or even touched, really. So, yeah. I'm afraid that if I go too far with this, I might bump it. But anyways, I just wanted to show you what that will kind of look like. And then I will put a bunch of snow in this one. And I may actually take this apart, just pop that lid off, and take the faux snow out of there, because it really does not go with the theme of this. And I'm going to put these on my Christmas tree. I think they're adorable. Now, when I was at the craft store in Idaho, I did notice that they had two sizes. I'm going to measure because it doesn't say. But you could do this same idea just on a piece of, you could use wrapping paper, scrapbook paper, vintage book sheets, sheet music, and then put a little cap of cardboard on the back, and you could make these half ornaments. And in that instance, this little thing here at the top, which is on both pieces, it would be a great hanger. So be on the lookout for these. And you guys, if somebody here, cardstock, yeah, that'd be great. If somebody here knows what these are called, I mean, maybe it's called a snow globe ornament halves or something. Here it just says Rexburg, Idaho. Okay, let me get my ruler and I'll tell you what the two sizes are. And then I will finish everything up off camera. Let me know if you would like a link to watch the replay. This one is about 3 inches. It's a smaller one. And this one is about 3 3/4, and that's why it works so great with a 4-inch embroidery hoop. Let me know if you would like to watch the replay. Let me know if you would like my complete supply list, and I'll include everything, like what is the name of this glitter and where does it come from. It's awesome. They do have it in other colors, but still I prefer this sterling color. So just let me know if you would like that. Do a this or a this. If you liked this video, sprinkle, 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 all that kind of stuff. And come back later to look, and I'll put pictures here in these comments as well as on DiyDreaming. A fillable ornament. Thank you. Thank you so much for letting me know that this is called a fillable ornament. So you could put, you know, trees or whatever you wanted in the bottom of it, and snow, and it would be more of a circle, a round shape, rather than a half round. I don't know, I just think this is very cool. I've got the glare from my lighting that's making it look like you can't see what's in there, but without the lights on there, you can totally see. So I want to see, I got these fillable ornaments at Craft Warehouse, which is a West Coast craft store. They have like 4 stores, a couple in Idaho, 1 in Utah, and 1 maybe in Oregon. But you can order online. Also, if you just Google fillable ornaments, or look at your favorite craft store, Joann's, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, I'm sure you can find these here. I just didn't know what to call them. Anyways, and if you're going to use the 4-inch embroidery hoops, which that's a pretty standard size, then get the ones that are like 3.75. They're not quite 4 inches. They work perfect with this size of an embroidery hoop, with this size of a refillable ornament half. Okay, Jody says she found some of these at Hobby Lobby. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that you could find those a lot of different places. So I hope that you liked this idea. It could be totally colorful. You could add some little trees or little doodads down here. There's tons of potential of what you could do with these embroidery hoops. All right, well, have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you, Helga. She says these are so cute. I think so too. I'm excited. And these are going to look great on my Christmas tree this year, and then every year after that. Yeah, if you do this project, I would love to see pictures. You can post them here in these comments, or really the best place is over at Dreamy DIY. That's a group I set up. It's free, and it's a great place for us to share all our crafting pictures, get a ton more inspiration. And I don't know if you're like me. This sounds pathetic, but I'll just go ahead and tell you. I can get so excited about something and go, when my boys are home or with my husband, and go out and say, look, 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 isn't that cute? Look what I made. And they're like, yeah, that's great. But if I show it to another crafter, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. What a great idea. Where did you get this? How did you do that? And it's just, it's so nice to have some appreciation. Not that the guys here don't appreciate what I do, but they just don't understand Where did my top come from? Oh, okay, let me finish that other thought before I tell you about my top. So, if you want to join that free group, just make sure that you answer the questions. There's 3 questions. My admin will not let you join the group if you do not answer the 3 questions. And then just share craft pictures of things that you make. You can share, of your crafts, basically. They don't have to be your interpretation of my crafts. Please don't share other crafters' videos, because then I get 100 questions how to do something that I didn't even do the project, and then don't use that group to sell makeup or clothes or whatever. And be nice. Of course you're going to do that. All right. Thanks for joining me. Have a wonderful day. I will see you guys later.